Hello, Dad.
Hello. Alright.
Yeah. Left it up in the conservatory.
I'll just had the drum off to use it as a jig.
Okay, to get the same PCD.
To get the centres of the...
Yeah, because I think, hey, it's red. I think the last time I saw it, you were doing some filler work, but as I left, you sent me in the evening and the afternoon, you sent me a picture of it with primer on. And so, yeah, so we haven't seen it painted since.
So, yeah. So what I've done, I've just let it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've still got the... just get the steering wheel on. Looking from the back of it.
Yeah.
I'll lift the back up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I've just got armrest away.
Yeah, it's looking all right, isn't it, Dad?
I'll just lift it back up.
All dust on it already, though. Oh, yeah, that's the trouble with it.
Yeah, so that's just a loose
Yeah.
sound deadening carpet in
Yeah.
the back laid in.
Just cut to shape.
And it's all trimmed with that
Yeah, that four-way.
strips,
Yeah.
cheap stuff. And there's two like toolboxes there with lift up lids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's all trimmed except for the armrest which I've got indoors.
Yeah.
All the instruments are working, everything's trimmed. Just the doors to do now.
Yeah.
And I had hung the doors about the other week, so and they shut fine.
And they're all fixed and strengthened now because they're all,
Yeah.
all solid,
Yeah, they're all solid now.
like a VW.
Yeah, so bonnet's on.
I like the air filter.
Yeah, well, it's very restricted of what you can do to get in there at the moment. So
Until we,
until I sort
That's
something
better
out.
than not having one to a certain
Got a
extent.
brake compensate, bias valve up there.
So yeah, all the brake pedals, all the pedals we got rid of. You fixed all the
Yeah.
leverages now, so we
Yeah.
don't have that linkage that we had to do just underneath.
Yeah. So that's all sorted.
Pipes attached to the everything
the
clamped down.
header tank. The inlet for the header tank was straight into the bypass system at the top here.
Okay.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
And what happened when we were running it before, as you revved up,
Yeah.
all the water came out the header tank.
Yeah.
Because it was going around the bypass system and just pressurising
Okay.
this.
Yeah.
So what I've done, I've taken the header tank down into the lower
Okay. Yeah.
hose
Yeah.
connection,
Yeah. That's right.
where the bypass feeds into and back into the engine, and that's cured
The
the pressurisation of everything. Yeah. So. Yeah, so
Okay, so
that's
yeah.
all sorted. The
Brakes
fan's
sorted.
working from the ECU now as well.
Oh, okay. Cool. Got that one. Yeah.
That's all working. So it's just sort of,
Settling.
but the thing is, when it's cold like this,
Yeah.
it's difficult to start
Yeah.
without.
That's mostly the cold start when you just keep playing with that.
Yeah,
'cause
we've got to start.
in the summer,
It
makes
might-
it's surprising how much of a difference it makes just being in the summer when the engine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like just
Once it's warmed up and
Yeah.
gone up to temperature, it seems fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
It's just that initial
just
starting.
maybe just not getting
so
enough
they
fuel.
may have to put a plenum chamber on there with a, I don't know.
No. I just figured something out. Yeah.
So anyway, that's all working. And what I've done round, because the gearing on this back axle
Yeah.
could be suspect. You know, all the
Suspect as in we don't know what the gearing is really.
No, it
Oh,
could
and
be
they're just
4.1 or 4.3.
yeah.
But it may be revving the engine too much.
Yeah.
So what I've done, I've rebuilt the original back axle. Yeah,
Okay.
with all new linings, and I've used Morris Townsend wheel cylinders.
Okay.
They're a lot cheaper than
Yeah.
yeah. At the moment, there's no bleed facility, but the Morris Townsend have a banjo fit
Oh,
in.
gotcha.
Yeah, that comes off there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that can always be added, but you can bleed it from here.
Yeah. As long as at the top you can
Yeah. And
unnip them. The old handbrake. Yeah.
and the handbrake mechanism I used off that old MG midget axle and just extended it here.
Yeah.
So just the clevis pins have got to be done. So it's just got to be extended from here to the handbrake cable when
Yeah.
it's installed.
Yeah.
And I've gone back to the original setup with just one torque reaction bar,
Okay.
but I put a rose joint on it so the axle can be changed, the angle of it,
Yeah.
to suit the transmission alignment.
Yeah.
And all the bushes have been renewed. The panhard rod is okay, so that could be reused. And the diff, I think, is okay. It looks okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
put new wheel bearings in it.
Well, all you can do is try it, and it just
And at least that
you're happy with
it
the
will
gear.
go straight back in because
Yeah.
all the fittings are there.
Even the prop shaft bolts. Will that?
Yeah, I think they are
They're
the
the
same
same.
size.
Okay.
There may be a slight,
Spacer-wise, but you can figure
but
something out.
we'll sort that out. Yeah, but there might be enough room on the spline just to pull it.
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. You don't know how far it's already in, too far or not.
So, but because this is slightly narrower, this axle,
Yeah.
than that one, and because the bodywork's been widened for that axle,
Yeah.
I can still use these wheels
But you need.
with an adapter,
Yeah. To bring it back.
and that's what I'm making at the moment. So we can go and have a look at that.
Yeah. Or you undo all the bodywork changes, then put the.
No. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've done 18mm spacers,
Yeah. And then they convert to PCD at the same time.
and then it converts to PCD. The other thing I've found is the centre line of the lower suspension arm on this one is much more than on that one.
Okay. On the yeah.
So effectively that raises the suspension on there
Okay.
because it's nearer the centre line of the axle.
Okay.
You know what that do?
Yeah, windy
Those joints left over.
from the old racing days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is.
Change the pinion seal, the two hub seals,
Yeah.
and change the bearings. So, and I've had the diff out and put a new gasket on there, and
Yeah. Just check for anything that was major.
Yeah, it seems to be okay. Yeah, so 43 and 55, and I bought the long ones because I can easily grind them off.
Yeah. As long as you've got the thread still, that you
As
don't
long as
bottom
I've got
out.
the
But
thread.
yeah.
So these are Ford 7/16
Yeah.
UNF, and I bought a set of wheel nuts, and they are 60 degrees that suit those wheels as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and obviously that bolts onto the existing
Yeah.
hub,
Yeah.
and use 3/8 UNF nylock nuts down in those recesses
Yeah.
to bolt that on.
Yeah.
And these will then go back through here
and push
and
them,
recess
press.
just in and pressed in position.
Yeah.
And I'll just trim these off to the correct
Yeah.
length. And they will then take, these centres are then to suit those Italian wheels.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
at I think it's 98 PCD.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is 101.6, I think, on
Oh,
Morris Sounds.
yeah, that'll work, won't it?
Yeah, so, and I've got a drill to suit those as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I found that. But to do these recesses, I haven't got a mill the correct diameter. So, and it's difficult to set it up on the mill. So what I've had to do,
I'll mount it slightly off centre so it spins and then you can machine it like a,
So what I've done, I've made up a centre that goes in the
okay.
spindle.
Yeah, that pokes through the
That
work.
pokes through those.
Gotcha.
Put that in the, so that's dead on, well,
Yeah.
it's within a thou or so,
Yeah, yeah.
which is more than adequate for a counterball. Then you clamp that on there.
Yeah.
And then
Spin
you
it
just
around and machine it.
it. Then I just have to bore it out to
Yeah,
allow the socket to go in,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
to do those nuts up.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm in the process of doing now. I've just got this one to do, counterball, bore those 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that then fits axle. Then I can now drill through for the studs and counterball the back face to fit the studs in. And that these can be lightened a bit more
Yeah.
once I've got it done. But I didn't want to change these centres because these are all concentric, all done on the same setup.
Yeah.
So they're all concentric.
Which is a
What I did, I used an old brake drum for the jig, for the Morris or for the Riley studs, and made up, obviously, a centre
okay.
that fitted in.
The other way around.
Fitted in. Then that fits in. Obviously, fits into there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That fits into there. Yeah.
Yeah. That basically.
Like so. Then I made up a drilling stud, which then fits into there.
Yeah. Then
Into
you can
those.
just gently.
Then you use brand new
drills.
brand new drills, and just centre mark them. They're clamped in position as well,
Yeah.
so it can't move. Then you just go around and drill those, and
Yeah.
then you do the same for the brake drum. That fitted the brake drum. Then it fitted in there.
Yeah.
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 Then the brake drum just dropped over. Then this drilling jig fitted into the brake drum
For the other one. Yeah.
for the centres. So, and obviously the accuracy where you go in the middle here is not relevant.
Yeah, it's apart from OCD, as long as you keep it well away from the other holes. Well, you see the 5-stud conversion sometimes, they're like,
Yeah, so that would be fine. I think that'll do the job.
I do, wouldn't it?
And these 4, nuts were quite cheap,
Yeah.
and the studs, I got the long ones, as I say,
Yes,
so I could make sure I had enough.
Out of gear. Yeah,
It does that for a few times.
yeah. As I say, you're giving it any throttle at all when you start it? No.
No.
Maybe give it a little, just to see. It's just a cold start setup. Obviously, you don't have an idle control valve on these throttle bodies, so it's not getting any extra air. So maybe just crank crack open the throttles just a little bit, and then start it with it open. Yeah. Well, it's definitely nothing too far off. If you know, it's like it runs nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Belt squeaking.
Yeah. Throttle bodies are very temperamental sometimes on cold start.
Cold, yeah.
Because again, you don't have an idle control valve, but also if the fuel, the enrichment, nearly every engine's a little bit different on those.
We might be able to change that a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the setup is on there.
No, obviously without doing too much, you can't control any more air because obviously without having an idle control valve. But you can change fuel, so we can maybe try and add more fuel just to see if that makes a difference.
Yeah, you've got to be careful you don't
flood it. Yeah.
And this is a modified E-Type 2+2 rear roll bar.
Okay.
And it's mounted on Austin Healey mountings and rubbers and brackets straight onto the bottom of the subframe there. Can you see?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So it seems to be hunky-dory. So we can only but try it. Just put an angled skid on there.
Oh yeah, just to give it some sort of
Otherwise it's sharp